My health behavior change project was eating healthier to lose weight. The summary. This particular project was aimed to focus on one's physical health. It involved eating healthier and trying to cut out unnecessary sugars. To acquire an appropriate food range and portion amount, myplate.gov was used. The project spanned for a total of 21 days or 3 weeks. Throughout, I tried to eat healthier, which involved less snacking, smaller portion sizes, and consuming less bread and sweets. The ultimate goal was to see how difficult it was to live by these standards and to see if weight loss was possible. Not only did it aim at my physical well-being, but mentally as well. I wanted to see how changing my behavior could affect my brain and how I felt. This is the journal entry for week 1. It was spanned from March 21st, 24th to the 30th. And as you can see, on Friday, I ate for breakfast a bowl of cereal, which was 2 cups Special K, 1 cup milk. For lunch, I had a salad, and for dinner, I had 5-ounce piece of chicken with 1 cup of rice. And it went all the way from Friday to Thursday. And here were the progress notes for week 1. For the first week, I started off strong. I cut back on the amount of bread I ate and lowered the portion sizes. So I didn't snack as much as I used to, and I also restricted myself to only 3 meals at breakfast, lunch, and dinner instead of snacking constantly. At the end of the week, I lost around 2.2 pounds. Not only did I feel healthier, but I felt more energized, and I noticed I had clearer skin than the week before. For journal entry number 2, it was March 31st to April 6th. It went from a Friday to a Thursday. And as you can see, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they were healthier. But towards the end of the week, I started eating a little worse just because it started being spring break. And this is the progress notes for week 2. During the second week, it was harder to eat healthy and limit portion sizes. I realized that I am an emotional eater, and when I am stressed, I tend to eat more. Due to multiple tests at school prior to spring break, I found myself going to the kitchen and snacking on unhealthy foods. On Saturday, my friend had a birthday, so it was hard to stay away from the sweets. With all my friends eating unhealthy meals, I was tempted to eat unhealthy as well. I ended up eating a brownie with ice cream and creamy calorie-filled fettuccine. I learned that when you spend time with certain people, they can influence your eating habits. This was for the last week, and it went from April 7th to the 13th. It went from a Friday to a Thursday, and as you can tell, I was in spring break. For lunch, I had nachos and cheese one day, shrimp, sushi, an omelet with a slice of bread and fruit, cream cheese croissant, a club sandwich, cup of noodles, ice cream, I had dessert, and just overall, I tended to eat worse. So the progress notes. During this last week, I was still vacationing in Mexico and continued to feel burdened by how hard it was to eat healthy. While on the beach, fatty foods were served such as nachos, club sandwiches, hamburgers, and fries. I ended up being tempted and splurged on nachos with large amounts of cheese. Not only were they unhealthy, but the portions were enormous. It was hard to control myself, and throughout the week, I ate poorly. And after this week, I realized it takes major self-control to change the habit of eating large, unhealthy portion sizes. 2 things I learned throughout this project. First was that eating healthier improves one's brain function, such as eating food rich in omega-3 fatty acids. They help to improve memory and learning, stated by Mala in 2009. Also that a calorie-managed nutritious diet can help a person lose or control their weight. What I learned about myself by doing this project. Throughout this project, I learned many things about myself. First, that I can be very determined at the start of projects, but by halfway through, it becomes difficult to follow the initial goals. And this was relevant for this project. For the first week, I started off strong and followed my plate's instructions, but by the second and third week, I started reverting back to my old, unhealthy junk food ways. My friends would ask, want to go get food? And I would agree, but we would always get fast food, which would be large portion sizes and very unhealthy. What I learned about how to change a health behavior. I learned that it's actually quite difficult to change a health behavior. Constantly, one needs to be extremely motivated in order to really change a behavior. In the near future, I would like to try this project again and be on top of watching what I consume. My goal for next time is to have more of a drive to eat healthy and resist the urge of unnecessary junk food in large portion sizes. Also, I would like to try a project of exercising more. Currently, I work out 3 to 4 days a week, but I want to see how 6 days a week and working out would influence the way I felt and the way I look. Was the project worthwhile? I agreed that the project was definitely worthwhile. It helped me learn how difficult it can be. And I did feel good after this project. I did tend to eat healthier. In the first week I felt very good, but by the second and third weeks I kind of went back to my old ways of eating quite unhealthy. And here's the reference page and the sources I used.